Zimbabwe's past is turbulent.
In the past 15 years, inflation of the currency has surged 500 billion, yes, billion%.
Welcome back. We have the dollar, Japan has the yen, and the internet, it has the Bitcoin.
People who had a store of value suddenly found themselves with absolutely nothing.
Cryptocurrency enthusiasts have shown up in droves. Over 8,500 people at this year's Consensus Conference compared to 650 that attended back in 2015.
Opposition supporters in the capital today as a demonstration against President Robert Mugabe descended into violence.
Blockchain is a decentralized technology which uses a global network of computers to manage a database of records or transactions jointly. Anyone can change the underlying code and anyone can see what's going on.
And with the stroke of a pen, there were no more trillionaires in Zimbabwe.
It is the hottest currency in the world, the Bitcoin. Past 12 months, investors have driven the value up nearly 1,500%.
Protesters are calling for electoral reform ahead of the next election.
And Bitcoin's just the first cut. And if Bitcoin's a better gold, imagine your financial system with only gold as an asset class.
It was the moment they thought would never come. He didn't die in office as he said he would. He was forced to resign.
He's gone. The president of my grandfather, the president of my father, the president of myself, the president of my child is gone.
Not one company, there's not a headquarters of Bitcoin or Ethereum. These are networks that are centralized and owned by, in a very democratic way, the users of them.
Like me, he's also handsome. I think all of the Shuma men, they're a little bit handsome. So it's.
My family is actually from a very small town in the mountains, a place called Nyanga. I'm James Saruchera. I grew up in Zimbabwe.
I was talking a little bit with them before you guys came in about what we're doing with the technology and the payment system. What's important is that even before the technology is actually the people. And the technology was built for people. And to understand what's important about that technology, you have to understand, I guess, the people who've created it.
So there's a lot of people who are fans of cryptocurrency, but to actually bring it in and use it as something useful that adds value to your life, that's what I wanted to be involved with.
Where we are in Nyanga is a place of great natural beauty. You can't try to create something and design something that is ugly when you live in a place that has, and you're from a place that has a lot of natural beauty and a lot of harmony.
A year ago, US dollars accounted for 90% of transactions here. But Zimbabwe wasn't earning enough of them through exports, and that led to a shortage that's persisted for nearly a year. Bond notes, launched to ease the crisis, have become a convenient replacement.
They have a reason to be scared after.
Yeah, they have a reason because they are corrupt sometimes. We can say that.
If you don't have the US or the Rand, only having the bond, you can't do business.
People got money, they don't want to put money in the bank. They put money at home. They got billions of dollars, they put it home. And the small people now are suffering. Is why you see some queues at the bank or whatever.
No man, no business. This is the industry are all closed. No one's going to work. We are all vendors now.
The majority of jobs in the country are informal. Most of these people are importing goods to sell and thus often depend on foreign currency.
There are no any jobs in Zimbabwe. You have to hustle so that you make it on.
Now they have this devil.
This is my stuff.
Because there's no jobs. You know how it is in Zimbabwe, things are tough. So decided to do this for us to get some income to take care of our parents.
We need to pay rent, we need to take care of our parents. So this is what we do for a living.
Things have transformed a little bit. There wasn't actually always a market here. This is maybe something that's happened in the last, I don't know, 5 years. 5-6 years maximum. Before that, there was none of that. What we've got is a representation of enterprise and how enterprising and innovative people here are. Because what happens is when there's no employment, they employ themselves. People don't wait for a handout from anybody else.
Zimbabwe is running out of cash. It needs to print more and soon. However, the Reserve Bank is hoping to alleviate the problem by introducing bond notes.
Definitely the bond notes will change the situation because the money will only work locally. There will be no externalization by anyone.
The major issue with bond is no other country accepts it, so it's worth nothing outside of the country. Since most informal jobs rely on purchasing goods outside the country, the average person end up having to trade it for foreign currencies at 20 to 30% markup.
Really know that US and bond, it's not even equivalent, you know, that much we know.
People have just lost, I guess, the trust of the banks and authorities to issue fiat money. So what do you do?
We are looking at the hot topic of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and why developing economies such as those in Africa could benefit by adopting it.
Developing nations are more vulnerable to inflationary issues that make their currencies less useful, both within and outside their respective countries. Because cryptocurrencies are decentralized and usually deflationary in nature, financial institutions can't manipulate them to the point of insolvency. They can participate, but not control an international currency. Different cryptocurrencies serve different utilities. Some are built for privacy purposes, some as credits for computational power, and some to transfer value instantaneously from one person to another.
Because there has to be a medium of exchange in a way that people can trade. And various proxies have come up. A US dollar is now like king in Zimbabwe.
What we do is this: when we have the bond, we go in the streets, we buy the US on black market.
You have to go to black market for a percentage now.
A person who is in South Africa can send money here in Zimbabwe. We all these people, we buy money from the customers that comes from Mukuru. When you are sending money, they charge about 10%.
Are you mostly selling the USD that you purchase from here?
Yes, we also sell. But when we are selling, we don't get much interest.
Do you have any problems with the police here?
Yes, we really have problems because they always come, they search us away, you know. Because it's illegal, they don't allow this. But we don't have any option because we don't have jobs. We have certificates, we have got education, we have been at universities, but we can't get jobs. We get arrested and we pay every day and we pay $20 fine. They can even come even now when we are interviewing us. I will run away. You can't even catch me because I will run away. To save that $20 note, you know. Because if I go home without that $20 note, my kids, they can't survive.
At the moment, there's a multiple billion dollar, no one really knows exactly, but somewhere between $1 and $6 billion informal economy that is circulating US dollar bills.
In Zimbabwe, the average salary is just $250 to $500 per month. But the cost of goods is almost equivalent or even more expensive than the US. And that is because most of the goods are imported. And the imported goods are extremely expensive because merchants must jump through hoops just to get them.
Pakutumira mari, shandisa Kuvacash, nekuti mari inofamba fast, ichisvika kwainoenda yakakwana. Ne Kuvacash.
People hold most of their value in Kuvacash or bond, neither of which can be used outside of the country. People who need to purchase things outside the country must sell their Kuvacash to buy cash at a very high markup, sometimes 20% or even higher than that actually.
They get a tire for like $20, for example. They ship it in for $20 and they sell it for $60 because we don't have US dollars to go outside and buy. Yeah, here we are with a little cabin. This is the cabin I just do paperwork in there. It's not much. I didn't even have a floor in there. It's just simple. It's just a desk and a chair and cabinets. Yes, we're transacting with EcoCash, but now people are actually getting used to the EcoCash now as time is going. It's actually the biggest bank right now in Zimbabwe. Well, this guy is just trying to survive, really. Like, this is a barber. He just cuts hair, and he's just trying to survive, really.
And they operate pretty much entirely in cash.
Yes, and EcoCash. Well, EcoCash is dominated, like I was saying, it's dominating now, because some people don't actually have cash. Everything is a hustle in Zimbabwe.
You know, in 2008, life was so tough. Initially, we employed about 150 when we were very productive. But after the economic problems, that's when we reduced it to about 50. So we have 50 employees at the moment. When we came to the farms, cash was available. So we could get some cash from the bank, pay them in cash. There came a time where we couldn't get cash. We were using EcoCash. They asked the workers to open the EcoCash accounts. So to transfer the cash into their phones. But the charges on the EcoCash are a bit high.
I think we've failed to appreciate how difficult it is to be able to participate in the economy. What crypto can do, essentially, it's like a bank in the sky, right? You can have access to this incredible infrastructure essentially for free.
About 70 to 80% of Zimbabwe's transactions are settled through mobile money, and predominantly 99% of that mobile money is done through a platform called EcoCash.
It's a centralized entity, and if it changes the rules, or if, let's say, it becomes insolvent, or there's some issue, or the regulator goes very harsh on these sorts of money systems, then if you're holding money with EcoCash, it's gone forever.
Golix is an exchange, a currency exchange, where the ordinary Zimbabwean can buy and sell cryptocurrency using the forms of payment that are ubiquitous in Zimbabwe. We're an import-based economy. The majority of people are unemployed. They are self-employed traders who buy and sell things. They buy them from outside the country. So they rely on real currency that can be moved outside the country. In terms of users, Golix has over 45,000. I believe in the intrinsic value of cryptocurrencies. I mean, as in the African context, as a train for solving all the problems that we're experiencing.
The cryptocurrencies that are offered on Golix right now are Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Dash.
Kuvacash is a digital wallet every Zimbabwean will be able to use to make transactions at incredibly low fees. Because Kuvacash will be using Dash, it means Zimbabweans will be able to transact internationally and have a store of value for their money, enabling new mediums of exchange and providing access to cutting-edge financial technology for every citizen in Africa and beyond. The goal of Kuvacash is to provide people with a means of having a store of value, but it's also about improving the economic well-being of people.
Because Kuvacash has its customer funds all in Dash, if Kuvacash was to disappear, there's some problem, we were shut down in the country, users would still have control of their funds. So the tangible things that we're doing on the ground to make it actually useful for people to use is to wrap a number of services around the Kuvacash proposition, which allows it to be used very easily as a medium of exchange.
Our vision is really a situation where people are never having to queue for cash. They can always get cash because the digital currency that's in their mobile wallet is internationally tradable currency. Every person with a mobile phone has a point of sale that they can easily take payments from with really just the tap of a phone. The most logical first step for us to start adoption was with the transportation industry, one of the only industries left that relies entirely on cash.
Over 1 million people are trafficking in Harare alone. 50 cents in the morning, 50 cents in the afternoon. That's $1 million that is circulating in the transport industry alone.
We've been having meetings with the mayor of Harare to discuss our transportation plans and how best to help the city while introducing Kuvacash to Zimbabwe. We're working on creating electric buses to replace the currently outdated combis and have the payment system of this new transportation be Kuvacash. We see these problems. We want to fix them. We've toured Devon Engineering, an automotive facility here in Zimbabwe, and are working aggressively with them to get the buses on the ground.
We're all about unlocking the potential, the capacity of people to actually have the lifestyle that they're really entitled to. In a country like Zimbabwe, having a way to trade and participate in the local economy is critical to that.
So in Zimbabwe, what we are doing is conscientizing the market of cryptocurrency, and that's what I'm excited about.
Now that we have a new president, we're very hopeful. So we're just hoping that this new government after the elections can give us something better, and that we can get investors to come and, uplift the economy.
We must also move with technology. I think it will help us in the future.
We're building a new way to pay in Zimbabwe, a way that eliminates the friction that Zimbabweans face every day. There's a goal by the government to make Zimbabwe a middle-class country by 2030. We can do better than that.
Nasi uno mondi zingie, asha zangu zandi jindi taure. Nasi uno mondi